Hello, my fiery friends. Welcome once again to another fiery fun stream. I hope you're having your wonderful day wherever you are at. This is again going to be another awesome day of Brawl, and again, hopefully again wherever you're at, whether you're watching this live or if you're watching this on the replay, hopefully again you're going to have some fun today to see what an awesome deck we're going to be putting together. But what exactly are we playing today? Well, let's go ahead and let's jump in real quick. Where am I? Am I there? Boop, there I am. Okay, awesome. So we have, of course, our latest and hottest in budget deck technology today. So we're going to be playing, of course, a deck that, if you saw from the little thumbnail here, a deck that I'm simply calling Rip Goes Vroom. So I realize now we haven't actually played a vehicle deck, excuse me, but I figured this is actually going to be the best time to do it. We haven't done this. I'm sorry. Okay. Trying to gather my words here. So we haven't had a chance to actually do a vehicle deck, but I figured this actually might be just quite the deck for it. It's actually a little unique because I was not expecting myself to actually put together a Selesnya deck, i.e. green and white, utilizing Rip here. But I honestly looked at this card and thought, yeah, this is actually really cool and really unique among vehicle options out there. So I figured we could throw this together and then have a lot of fun trying to see how far and how many vehicles we could put out there with Rip itself. However, of course, there is a bit of a caveat with this before I actually get started. So, honestly, normally we usually do on this channel a lot of budget decks out there, but this time around I figured, you know what, we haven't been doing it too often. I want to start doing more on stream non-budget decks. So moving forward, I think most of my streams now will probably focus around non-budget options, just to have a little bit more variety out there. For those of you that do like most of my budget stuff out there, I do apologize, but again, we will be continually focusing on budget decks for the usual YouTube videos. However, today, let's go all out, let's have some fun and make something a little bit more splashier. And that's why we got you today, Rip. So what exactly is this deck trying to do, however? Well, I'm glad you asked. So we have here a card that I just talked about right now. It is Rip Spawn Hunter. I actually really like what this card's trying to do. Rip Spawn Hunter, for those of you who don't know, is going to be a legendary human survivor. It's a 4/4 with the survival mechanic, which means at the beginning of your second main phase, if Rip Spawn Hunter is tapped, reveal the top X cards of your library where X is its power. Put any number of creatures and or vehicles with different power among them into your hand and put the rest onto the bottom of your library in random order. Basically, that's what we're trying to do today. Try to get as much card advantages going with all of our vehicles to put them all into our hand and start casting more and more of them. Hopefully, we'll just literally run over our opponent with our game plan. That's pretty much it, everybody. Before we get started, however, for those of you who are also a little bit newer to these streams, here's basically how it breaks down. I don't do long streams. We do mostly kind of short but sweet ones, so about maybe a couple hours. In this stream, we're mostly just going to focus on, of course, the deck tech itself. Once we're done with the deck tech, I'm just going to go over in just a moment here. We'll then kind of have as many games as we can cram into the next couple hours. We'll then do a quick little wrap to explain again how the deck worked. Was it good? Was it bad? Other things that we want to touch upon. Maybe we'll talk about even a budget variant, in this case at least, to see if you're interested in taking this to maybe if you want to actually play this in paper. I will, of course, leave links for you in the details below, so don't worry, that'll all be there for you. But before we get started, for those of you who are longtime viewers of the channel, we have to, of course, talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right in. So, as you can see here, Rip Goes Vroom is a Brawl deck that features Selesnya colors, as I mentioned, of white and green. You're looking at an average mana curve of about 2.7. We have 22 creatures in the deck, 41 non-creature spells, and specifically that's going to mean 8 instants, 8 sorceries, 22 artifacts, 4 enchantments, 1 planeswalker, and 36 lands. 36 lands looks a little low, but keep in mind that, again, we do have some modal pieces in here, so that actually would put us up to about, I think it's about 40 lands, 39 or 40 lands at most. So we actually do have more than enough for us. Now, again, let's go over the deck tech itself to explain to you what exactly is our game plan for today. So with that, give me 1 second here. Hold on. Just, sorry, shuffling some stuff around here. Okay. So, as I just mentioned already, Rip Spawn Hunter just wants us to get as many vehicles out, so we crammed in everything we could, and we threw in a little bit of sub-support, which I'll explain what is that in just a moment here. So, starting in the 1-drops, we're just going to go over it just based on the curve itself, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So, starting in the 1-drop slot, we have Built to Last here. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's an artifact creature, it'll gain Indestructible. Mostly it's just here to pump and protect any one of our vehicles. Fight as one here, since we do have Rip as a human, but all of our vehicles are non-human. Fight as one is great because you can provide, again, protection for both your commander and, of course, the vehicle you're attacking with. Hotshot mechanic here just helps you crew vehicles a little bit faster because it crews vehicles as though its power was 2 greater, which is great. Lay Down Arms here is one of our removal spells, just exiling a creature as long as we have enough planes to do it and we gain some life back. Lauren's Escape, another protection spell for us, gives our creature hexproof and indestructible, and we get to scry. Veteran Survivor here, one of our newest mechanics here is the Survivor, and it's great for us because we actually can tap down our creatures without actually having to swing all that often. So Veteran Survivor is actually really cool here. This is a simple little uncommon that's a 2/1, and of course if it is tapped by our second main phase, you basically can use it as Graveyard Hate. And as long as there's 3 or more cards exiled with the Survivor, it'll get 3/3 and hexproof, so it becomes even stronger to make our vehicles even easier to crew with it later into the game. Bushwhack here just helps us dig for a land out, or of course we could use the fight mechanic to pick off something. Hardened Scales here, you're going to notice that most of our deck also will have some +1/+1 counter synergy, so I figured we could throw Hardened Scales in there just to give us a little bit more pump and power for our creatures and vehicles. Tamiyo Safekeeping here, another general protection spell for all of our permanents out there, and also we gain a little bit of life along the way. Shadow Spear here, we aren't really a equipment deck, but of course we're going to need ways to stabilize, so this will be great for us to give us a little bit more pump protection with lifelink and trampling. Also, we can turn off our opponent's wow, I am messing up my words here, but you get the idea. Basically, for 1 mana, permanents our opponent controls can lose hexproof and indestructible, so this provides us a great way to provide some removal against things that are a little bit more peskier to get rid of. Ozolith here just helps us stockpile on all those Hardened Scale +1/+1 counters. Even if any one of our permanents goes, we can then put those counters onto the Ozolith and then bounce them back onto another creature, maybe even Rip a little bit later on. Oh, hey Dense Planet, welcome. Good morning. Hopefully, again, you're having a great day wherever you're at. Thanks again for joining us today. You're going to see some really awesome action with our vehicles deck. Also, going over again right now the deck tech itself, so hopefully enjoy the gameplay in just a few minutes. Going into the 2-drop slot. Oh, who's the commander? Oh, it's Rip here. This card actually I thought was actually really cool to the point where I think I might actually put this together in paper as a real deck, but you'll see how this card works. Basically, it's going to be a vehicles kind of gameplay today. I think the description is wrong on YouTube, but don't worry. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, I'll fix that later on after we're done with the stream. Any case, going over here, we got Colossal Plow here in the 2-drop slot here. Again, it's expensive to crew for 6. However, if it does attack, we can add 3 more mana and gain 3 life. So this is a great pseudo ramp for us and just pushing through more damage. Armed and Armor is actually one of our finishers for the deck because we can turn all of our vehicles into artifact creatures, and then we can then attach any number of equipment to it. Again, we don't have that much equipment, but it is kind of helpful for certain situations. We ideally just want to turn all of our vehicles on just to start smashing through to get a win. Fateful Absence is, again, removal for the deck. We can destroy a creature or planeswalker. They get a clue out of it. Not a big deal. We just want to get rid of something. Frontier Seeker here. It helps us, of course, dig out another mount, or we have a plains. I forget to... Wait, did I mention that already? We actually also have mounts in the deck since we're doing a lot of tapping in order to get value out of our deck. We're also going to use Giant Ox here. This Giant Ox just allows us to crew vehicles with its toughness rather than power, so it's easily going to be able to crew anything and everything our deck has. Michiko's Reign of Truth, it may look a little oddball because, again, we're not an enchantment deck, but this is going to be helpful because we will have a lot of vehicles, which are artifacts, so Michiko actually will get pumped up, and if nothing else, even if we don't swing with her, we also can then flip her and utilize her as another way to crew other stuff out there. Racer Grab Ambush here, again, it's a tap land, actually it's a pain land in a pinch, but also we can use it for, again, spot removal. Reluctant Role Model here, another survivor, and again with the survival mechanic, if it is tapped, that means you can put a flying, lifelink, or +1/+1 counter on it, which is great for us with, of course, we have Ozolith and, of course, Hardened Scales to give it more counters, and of course, whenever it also dies, you can put any of those counters onto one target creature, so even if you don't have the Ozolith, it also can kind of do the same thing, which is really sweet. Saram here is just helping us, again, with card draw because we have a ton of vehicles, so we can keep drawing cards, and a couple of equipment spells we do have. House Cartographer here, another survivor for us with the survival mechanic. So if this somehow is tapped by our second main phase, we can then dig to the top cards of our library until we get a land, and then put that land into our hand, and then just put the rest into our bottom of our library. So it just helps us, again, pseudo ramp. Intrepid Stablemaster here, it's mostly, again, just for the vehicle or the ability to then just tap for 2 mana, just, again, keep us pseudo ramping for the deck. And, of course, it is a mana dork in the process. We have Amara here, Soul of Accord. Again, it doesn't technically count as a survivor because it's not one. However, because we are going to be tapping a lot our creatures just to start crewing vehicles and mounting creatures, we can then utilize this just to create some more tokens for us, just to ensure that we can keep more stuff on the field, and also creates lifelink tokens, which is great for us for stabilization. Miriam Herd Whisperer here just turns all of our mounts into vehicles into hexproof, so for protection reasons, we have it in the deck, and also, again, +1/+1 counter synergies. Seraphic Steel, another mount for us where we can mount it and then start making a bunch of angel tokens. Its saddle is 4. Arcane Signet is a staple, so we throw that into the deck. Heart of Kirin is also great for us. It is also going to be really awesome because it has vigilance, so we can then definitely do a lot of damage very quickly in the sky. High Speed Hover Bike here. This is one, again, that I actually really like this card because, again, it is tempo speed. I'm sorry, it's a tempo piece because it has flash, and then you can tap down a target creature. It's also really cheap to crew. Reckoner Bankbuster here. It's a 4/4, has crew 3. It enters with 3 charge counters on it. Also, you can tap it to help draw some cards. Smuggler's Copter here, same thing. Helps churn through our deck, keep drawing cards, discarding cards. It has flute, it has flying, so it's great for us for evasion. Swiftfoot Boots is here just to protect any one of our creatures we're just trying to tap down just to then utilize for value, such as Rip. Peace Walker Colossus is actually really, really awesome for the deck because, again, for 2 mana, you can then turn on any one of your vehicles into an artifact vehicle, which is great and cheap for us. And it's also got 6/6, so it's actually really strong if you want to turn it on. Born to Drive here, another one of our auras that we can also utilize to then give any one of our vehicles or creatures pump. And also, if you channel it for 2, you can just create some pilots, which can help us, again, crew other vehicles into the game. Fortune Loyal Steed, a legendary beast mount. Again, it has also the mount mechanic, so it can scry for us also. We can then utilize it just to kind of just exile things and then blink them back and forth just to get more value out of them. Glimmer Seeker here is another one of our survivors with the survival mechanic, so if it is tapped in our second main phase, we can then draw a card if we have a Glimmer. If we don't control a Glimmer, however, we get to create a token, so it's great just, again, for more simple value. Heliod Suncrown here will help us with the +1/+1 counter sub strategy here, and also we can give one of our creatures lifelink to just keep boosting up its power. Imperial Recovery Unit can help us, again, bring back any one of our mana value 2 or less creatures from or vehicles from the graveyard back to our hand. One Last Job here can just help us bring back any one of our creature cards from the graveyard to the battlefield, or it can be a mount or vehicle, which is great for us, or an artifact or enchantment. So this is actually just overall just great for us for the mid to late game if we have a ton of mana just to bring a bunch of stuff back. Teferi's Protection, since we are going non-budget, we might as well just go all out and just give us the best protection spell in the game. Unidentified hover ships here, so this actually is a UFO, which flying, and of course we can just exile something, and this hopefully when we do have to leave it back, they get to get a manifest card. Not a big deal, we don't really care about the manifest ability, we just care about using it for spot removal. Cultivate here for ramp. Ball again Recovery to bring something back, and it's also a tap land at a pinch. Defiant Survivor here, another survivor, and of course if it is tapped, we get to manifest Dread, which is great. Drover Grizzly here, Beast Mount with Saddle 1. If we then attack with it while it's saddled, all of our creatures will gain Trample, which is great for us to finish off our opponent. Ordinary Tumblewag here, I absolutely love this cute little bushwag here because as a mount, if you do put it on, you can then get double the +1/+1 counters on it, which is actually insane for value here, which is great. Wily Duke Atten Hero, it can't do its own tapping because it has Vigilance, but if we do tap with it, you get to gain 1 life and draw some more cards. Cultivator's Cavern is also a mana rock, and it's also a vehicle, so it's great synergy for the deck. Tangled Tumbler, we will have a little bit of tokens to make, so we can just tap this down to make it an artifact creature for pretty much next to nothing, which is also awesome for us. Aeronaut Admiral here is going to be a human pilot, which gives all of our vehicles flying, so it just makes them super evasive and awesome. Witch Enchanter, again, this is another one of the pain lands. However, of course, if we make it as a warlock, it can then destroy some artifacts and enchantments. Wrath of God's just our emergency panic button. Again, since we are rocking a ton of vehicles, this actually will not blow up the vehicles, but will blow up our creatures. So keep in mind when you need to use it. Cautious Survivor here is another survivor for us, and if it is tapped, we get to just gain some life. Azika's Chariot will create some extra tokens for us. We can then utilize to then make even more tokens with the Chariot if we do intend on crewing it up. Kona Rescue Beastie here. This is actually going to be more of just to help us put more of our vehicles onto the battlefield. So technically, I guess we're playing it on the fair side. Not necessarily we're going to abuse this, but I am looking forward to utilizing this in a future deck tech to then cheat out some bigger stuff. Map the Frontier is also here just for, again, a little extra value with just digging up more lands. Head Shredder here, same thing, to get us more lands from the graveyard back to our library or put them onto the battlefield tapped. Oval Chase Dragster here. This is actually, again, a surprise vehicle here because it has Trample and Haste. So if we can crew this up early, we can do a lot of heavy damage against our opponents. Surge Hacker Mech here is pseudo spot removal, but also we can utilize it with its Menace ability, and it has 5/5 and crew 4. Untethered Express here is just to put some more counters on it. It has Trample, so we can just start running over people with our Choo Choo Train. Elspeth Resplendent is our only Planeswalker in the deck. This is actually ideally something that is good for one-on-one. I probably wouldn't recommend this maybe for actual four-player commander, but if we're playing one-on-one, it's actually good for us. We could put more +1/+1 counters on one of our creatures here, give it flying, lifelink, and was it First strike, it's word soup just for that +1 ability. So it just helps us again, just put more stuff on there and make them stronger. You get the idea. You get the idea. Wrapping it up here, we have Brilliant Restoration, just again, just to bring back all of our artifacts and enchantments from the graveyard to the battlefield, to then just put them all back, and then just put, again, our deck over the top. So it's just win more stuff. Parhelion second here. I absolutely also love this card as well. It's a vehicle, has flying, first strike, vigilance, creates angel tokens for us, and when it does start swinging, it'll just be insane value for us for the whole deck. Whew, okay, we're almost done, everybody, and then don't worry, we'll get to the gameplay in just a bit. So again, since we are playing, again, a non-budget deck, we're just going to go all out with as many of our good lands as possible. We have a Gonjo here, we have plains, we have forests, a Boseiju, Sheffet Dunes here is one of our deserts, Shifting Woodland here, Branching Pathway, all the dual lands we can get, so Brushland, Canopy Vista, Creoset Health, Hushwood Verge, Lush Porcito, Overgrown Farmland, Razor Verge Thicket, Sunpetal Grove, Temple Garden, Arid Archway for bouncing, Command Tower, of course, is stable. Fable Passage is one of our fetch lands, along with Field of Ruin, Fountain Port, Mech Hanger to turn on any one of our stuff, Prismatic Vista, Public Thoroughfare, Reliquary Tower, Roadside Reliquary, Sandstorm Verge, Scavenger Gardens, Spire of Industry, and Windswept Heath as our also big fetch land. Whew, okay, so I'm sorry, everybody. As always, Brawl decks do take a while to get through, so I'm sorry if, again, that's a lot of rambling. But, again, you get the idea. We're just going to get as much value as we can by getting all the vehicles out there. So, enough of me talking. Let's go ahead. Let's take this finally into the Brawl format and see how well the deck does. So, let's go ahead. Let's put Rip in. We're going to let her rip. Okay, sorry. That was a bad joke. But you get the idea. We're definitely going to do that. Actually, maybe I should put this up on YouTube. There were also three other titles I kind of came up with when it came to Rip, because I figured, you know what, we can just kind of go goofy with the tame. So instead of either Rip Goes Vroom, I also thought of, again, Rips Whips. I don't know why I found that one funny. Or you could just ride with Rip. I don't know. Just messing around with those. We're going to probably mess around with the thumbnail maybe a little bit later on YouTube to see which one actually does get the most clicks. But otherwise, let's go ahead. Let's begin playing. Okay, so we do have at least a couple of vehicles, and we have Giant Ox, and we have the Mara. So yeah, I think this is actually a pretty good hand here. Let's go ahead. Let's keep this. We have 3 lands, so we should have enough to start putting down our vehicles and doing our thing. Ooh, also we have Mech Hanger. That's also sweet for us. So let's put down Shifting Woodland. It's tapped, but again, we'll have our stuff down on turn 2 here. A Ruby Medallion. Okay. Opponent is using Soft Rim here, so they're going to try to burn us out very quickly. We're going to try to see if we can get around that. So, Pathway. We will play. Let's play the Plow. All right, opponent. Well, can you beat this Plow? Rip is going to be coming in pretty quick here too, so this will be also really sweet for us. All right, we'll put down Field of Ruin. We will Giant Ox. We will turn on the Plow. Actually, Dense Planet actually crafted a room control. I did send my deck list to the Discord. Oh yeah, that's right. I'll check that out to see your version. Maybe I'll mess around with that a little bit later on when I have some free time, Dense Planet. So thanks again for posting it, of course, to the Discord. Also, speaking of which, for those of you who are unaware, we do have a Discord. So if you want to join our growing group of fiery friends, be sure to check that out. You'll love it. Again, it's chill. We have a lot of fun in there. It's not going to be a super fast one. So if you are looking for an easygoing Discord, definitely join us. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this, everybody. We're going to fight utilizing our Colossal Plow and taking out Krenko here. Sorry, opponent. Krenko is not going to get value. All right, so let's go ahead and swing. We gain some life, gain some mana. Okay, nice. So here's how we do this. We'll use that 3 mana perfectly for Tangled Tumbler here. Oh, yeah. All right, we got another one of our vehicles online, which is actually really nice. We're doing really good right now. Opponent's down to 19. Even though they have a Ruby Medallion to speed themselves up, we've already taken care of one of their creatures. Don't underestimate the Giant Ox. That's actually really sweet. And I don't think our opponent has enough removal to take care of the Giant Ox. So this is actually beautiful. Love to see it, everybody. This is, again, how you want the deck to go. So let's see. We have our 4th land down. And oh, okay, our opponent, they've had enough already. They don't want to deal with our vehicles. Vroom, vroom, everybody. Woo! Nice. Love it. Off to a good start. All right, so man, I was hoping actually we could have done a little bit more there, but okay, our opponent just didn't want to deal with us. So, yeah, I'll take that win. All right, there we go. Always get your dailies done, everybody. Get that free gold anytime you can. Oh, look at that. We actually have 2 750s. Nice. Nice. We'll get plenty of gold for that. All right, but otherwise, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. as we're continuing our next match, if you do like any of this content already, please like, follow, subscribe wherever you watch the content. You can, of course, as I just mentioned earlier, check out the Discord. The Nightbot, I think we'll just put up that on there, so you just copy and paste that and just have some fun in the Discord for us. Post up your deck techs up there. I'd love to see all of you, whatever you're brewing. Some of that stuff actually might make it actually into future videos, but for now, I'd just like to see, again, what all y'all are building out there. Doesn't have to be budget, although I do focus mostly on budget deck techs. You can throw up their non-budget stuff too. I'd love to just see anything and everything. Okay, so going back to the match right now. So we have our Ox again, which is great. Veteran Survivor is also going to be good too. Smuggler's Copter could help us just keep digging through our stuff. Yeah, I think this is actually pretty sweet. Search Hacker Mac will be great later on for some extra tapping shenanigans. But until then, let us play our Pathway land again. Put down Veteran Survivor. Okay, so then Lysaea. Okay. I'm not too fond of dealing with this commander, but that's okay. Oh, well, that tapping mechanic is going to be very annoying for us because that's really what we need to do to start getting our stuff going faster. But we will try here, everybody. We will, let's see, Smuggler's Copter. Swing. Do some damage. Doesn't do anything yet, but again, we will get there. I did craft a full set of, oh, Verdict? Oh, yeah. That's actually a really good removal Wrath. So definitely, you definitely will get your money's worth that one. Ganjo. Okay, so how do we do this here? I think we'll turn that on. We'll attack with Smuggler's Copter. We'll draw a card. Okay, what do we throw away here? I think we'll throw away Parhelion. I want that, but again, it's a little expensive, so we'll just toss it for now. Do 20. We will not eat our own. Not yet. Giant Ox. They get a life, unfortunately, but that's fine. This is fine. Okay, Plains. What do you got, opponent? So they're definitely going to be making a lot of life, which will be annoying for us, but we can speed up the process of what we got. Okay, Tangle Tumbler's also not too shabby either. So let's see. Man, could have used that next land, so here's how we do this here. So, Smuggler's Copter on Veteran Survivor. Turning it on. Swing with a Copter. We draw a card. Okay. Built to last. Do we want to keep that? I don't know. I think Oval Chase Traxxer is going to go. Down to 19. Okay, I think we're going to eat that one now. And then Tangle Tumbler. Pass. Okay, so now we have two good vehicles, so we can start pushing out there more damage versus our opponent. They are going to have a hard time because if they have Wraths, we can still get through with our vehicles. Our opponent really actually just needs Artifact Hate, and that would hurt us. So that is something to keep in mind if you're playing a vehicles deck. Your biggest weakness, of course, is Artifact Hate. Because if your opponent can Wrath away artifacts, you're going to have a bad time. But keep that in mind again if you're playing a vehicles deck. Okay, they shock themselves. Level 2. Okay, opponent. That's fine. I'm assuming, obviously, no swings. Obviously. Alright, so... Ooh, okay. Heliod's not bad either. So, let's see. I guess we'll put down Heliod now. And then we will crew up with Veteran Survivor. Tap. Okay, hold on. So we have to... Let's see. We can't do much else with this until we have some tokens, but that's okay. We're going to try to get as much value as we can with Smuggler's Copter. And Splendid. In my list, I do run Entity Tracker. Also... about Miro Room card. It doubles anything a permanent does. It doesn't have to enter. I would consider putting it in my dungeon deck. Oh, yes. I did notice that card from our last deck tech. That actually is a really powerful card, so I actually would definitely check that one out. Imperial Recovery Unit. We'll toss that. Down to 13. Okay, we'll eat the Imperial Recovery Unit. So at this point, we're just going to have Veteran Survivor just become a little bit stronger, just to push more pressure on our opponents. Champion of Tier. Okay. Alright, it's one of those modified alchemy cards. It's a little disgusting, but that's okay. Alright. We could really use a land here. Getting us a land actually would be really helpful for us. Wow, we're still not finding a land. That's awkward, but okay. Okay, so with that, we will turn on the Veteran Survivor. We will give that lifelink. Swing with Smuggler's Copter, so we can keep drawing cards. Oh, okay, there's our Fable Patch. Okay, we'll take that. Okay, but what do we put down, though? I think the Head Shredder. I don't want to, but I think that should be gone. Okay, Champion Tier. Okay, what is its ability again? Okay, you get a one-time boon. Okay. So, pump the Smuggler's Copter. Take out the Angel. Our creature survives. And also we get to put a +1/+1 counter on something, so that's actually kind of nice. We will eat the Champion. So now Veteran Survivor has Hexproof, which is actually nice. Love that. Put down Fable Passage. We'll probably get a green with that one, and then Rip should be able to start doing its thing. Okay, unless our opponent has a Wrath of some kind, it should be okay. Okay, they have Hexproof. I mean, we don't really care about that, honestly. Honestly, my favorite interaction spell is Terra Sunder because I had to run all 4 of my deck using them against the One Ring meta. Oh yes, the One Ring right now is just running rampant. FYI, I mean, I guess I could have put in this deck a One Ring, but I really didn't want to do that, and it didn't really feel like it worked with the deck. So that's why I could have put it in this deck, but I chose not to. Okay, Shifting Woodland's also not bad here, so we'll put that down. Rip's coming in, everybody. Let her rip. I make my own jokes, everybody. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. Okay, unfortunately, though, Rip comes to play tap because of 30 of the consoles, which is really annoying, but that's okay. That's fine. We can then still tap with here. We swing with the Copter because now it's a 4/4. We draw a card. Okay, Razor Rich Thicket. I think we'll just toss that land. Down to 11. Rip is tapped, so actually it does activate. So let's see. We can exile... Actually, we'll exile nothing else right now. Okay, nothing. We fizzled on that one, so that's unfortunate. That's okay, everybody. That's okay. Okay. The good news, though, of course, is even if it came into play like that, I realized it actually could... Oh. Well, there's the Wrath, everybody. But the good news is we actually don't need... We don't worry too much about Wraths here. So even if they blow up the whole board, we can still take our commander back. And there are still ways we can still do our thing. So Sandstorm Verge, Peace Walker Colossus. So with its ability here, sorry opponent, we can still do our thing here. We're just going to go super aggro now. Down to 5. Nice. Getting closer, opponent. Even without creatures, we can still do our thing in our deck. So this is actually why I like this deck currently. And there you go, everybody. Nice. Our opponent has had enough. They did not want to take that L right now. They just decided to scoop on their own. Yes. Vehicles right now. All right. Rip is doing great. Wow, I think this is the best we've ever done. 2 whole wins in a row. Wow. Is there something in the air today? Usually, again, we end up going normally like 4 to 5 losses before we get our first win. So I'm actually feeling really good right now. I'm feeling really good. All right. Got our thing. Let's go ahead. Let's just keep continuing. So right now... non-budget Rip is actually pretty nice. I'm having a lot of fun with this deck. So let's see. Can we get some more wins? Let's see actually how well we do today. Let's see. Okay. Next match is coming, everybody. Okay, our opponent is playing Nico. I haven't seen anybody play Nico yet, so this will be an interesting one. Let's see how well it does. Oh, actually, let me get some water real quick. I'm feeling a little parched here. Give me one moment, everybody. Okay. Had to quickly hydrate for a moment there. Always hydrate, everybody. Always hydrate. Okay. So this time around, let's see. What do we got here? So we only have 1 land. So we're going to try to mulligan to see if we can get at least 2 lands in hand. Okay. This should be okay. We can make this work. Dense Planet. Also, question. If I'm buying packs, do I go for normal packs or mythic packs? Oh, good question on that one. I actually haven't done a video yet on what packs to buy in Arena, but I'm going to recommend stick to normal packs. No, mostly mythic packs are only if you're trying to make up for most of the, for very specific cards. I honestly, our opponent had their command tower too. Okay, well, game on, opponent. We have our command tower too. But yes, I mostly stick to, when it comes to making a collection on Arena, I honestly say just stick to regular packs. You want to try to maximize your gold to get as much. Think of it more as quantity, not necessarily quality. Because remember, they are randomized. So I would recommend don't spend on mythics. Stick to normal packs in Arena. You'll get more value. You'll have more gold to spend on more packs. And in theory, you will technically fill out your collection a lot faster that way. But I'll explain in a future video why is that. Put the planes down. Seraphic Steed. Alright. If we can start putting +1/+1 counters, we'll definitely be in business here. But otherwise, Tangle Tumbler can come down next, which would be great. And also can put +1/+1 counters on things. So that actually is really sweet for us. Loving it. Okay. I'm just playing Nico here, so let's see. Let's see. What does Nico do again? I'm having a hard time remembering all these cards. Okay, so Nico here. When Nico enters, you get to create 2 shard tokens. You exile a target non-legendary creature you control. The shard becomes a copy of it until end of turn. Return to the battlefield. Okay, okay. So Nico is kind of just trying to make copies of things. That's interesting. All right. We'll see how that goes. All right. Otherwise, Reliquary Tower. We will play, let's see here. Tangle Tumbler. Can't do much with it right now, but we will get some time to start pumping it up soon. Until then, Seraphic Steed will just swing. Down to 23, we go up to 27. If we can get one more land, Oval Trace Dragster will be insane in terms of value. Ooh, that was short. Okay. A little scary there, but that's not a big deal for us. So let's see. How do we do this here? Let's see. How do we do this here? Let's see. How do I want to... Michigo's Reign of Truth. Pump. Make it a 5/5. Just start getting value here. Come on, opponent. Block. I dare you to block. I'm sorry, opponent. You're going to lose your Eleanor. Too bad. Mommy goes bye-bye. Can't have that on the battlefield, honestly, opponents. You just can't have that. Can't have that. We technically aren't really an ETB deck, so Eleanor wouldn't have hurt us that much, but we still got to get rid of it. We can't allow our opponent to get too much value out of their deck. God, you know, as much as it sounds odd, I really want to see Borderlands collab with an MTG. How about it? That good or no? Honestly, I think Borderlands probably would have been something that they should have done a while ago, because right now, Borderlands is in an awkward spot. Don't get me wrong. I do like Borderlands generally, but it's not quite what it once was. At least that's how I see it. Oval Chase Dragster coming down. All right. It does have... Let's see. Let's see. Do I actually want to turn this on? Yeah. Okay. Turn on the Dragster. Because we're going to swing here. We're trying to push out as much damage as we can as fast as we can, so the Dragster is nice. Doing 6 damage is actually pretty sweet for 4 mana. That's not too bad. They're down to 17. Nico's coming in now. They're going to make... Oh, wow, they made a bunch of shard tokens out of that. What did they do again? Oh, yeah, so shards are token enchantments. Okay. Okay, so here's how we do this. First off, Nico goes bye-bye. Unless they have a counterspell. Do you have a counterspell, opponent? Oh, they do. Alright, well, that's fine. That actually just pumps up Michigo here, so thank you, opponent. I'll take that. And also, we actually can put in Rip now. So I think now might be the time to put in Rip. I don't think they have anything to respond to Rip with. So, alright, there we go. Rip comes in. We will tap Rip here. Let's see. Okay. It's tempting to make Seraphic Steed a thing, but we need a way to make it stronger. That's our issue. So I think we're just going to have to hold off here. Just pressure our opponent with the Dragster. If we can get at least like 2 more +1/+1 counters on the Steed, we should be good to go. So I think I'll do that next turn with Hardened Scales. Okay, Rip tap, so come on deck. Okay. Not quite a good hit, but I'll take it. Any cards you get with it will still give you an advantage, so... We'll just stick with that. Cultivator's Carry-On's not bad. Let's see. Dense Blended. I mean, you're right. Kind of wish more cards from paper would be put into Arena. Thoughts? Yeah. My hope is, of course, okay, so here's my thing. My dream, ideally, is at least get minimum into Arena. Enough cards that would justify Modern. I know for some people that's... They never intended on making Modern. Oh, wow. Oh, our opponent here. Looking a little scary. Alright, well, they're going to swing here. I mean, we can still afford to deal with this. But our opponent right now is about to start putting a bunch of bunnies onto the battlefield. Oh, boy. I will commend them, though. That is actually kind of a cool ability. So, okay, let's let these resolve. Oh, boy. That's a lot of rabbits. Okay. Can we survive this? Okay, we actually have no choice here. We actually have to block. Might have got the drop on us here. Okay, so we up to 36. At least one token, at least. We're down to 9, though. That's actually scary. And they get to bring it back. Okay, so how do we get out of this? Is there any way out of this? Well... Okay. Hold on. How do we do this? Okay. So... Turn on with Rip. We then... Put some +1/+1 counters on the Dragster. I guess we'll put on Arcane Signet just to get a little extra pump. This is lethal. So our opponent does have to block. Okay. They're down to 2. Oh man, we're so close. Unidentified hover ship. Okay, so let's see. Is there a way our opponent could beat us here? If they have another creature, I think we might be dead. But again, it also depends. They have 3 cards in hand. We have 2 cards in hand. Who actually is going to win this one? I'm trying to figure that out right now. Oh, they sacrificed one. I don't think that means they have an answer right now. Do they have an answer? Opponents? What do you got? I'd love to know. Let me know. We're scrying. Opponent, Man of War. Oh, okay. So they bounce back something to our hand. That's annoying. Okay, so Rip does get bounced back to hand. Okay, opponent. Did you beat us here? Okay. Well, that's annoying. That's okay, everybody. We didn't do too bad there. We came very close to coming back from there. So, kudos to our opponent there. That was a massive swing into that War Leader. I'll give him props for that one. Did not know what to expect with Nico, but that's definitely a cool card. Shard tokens are not to be underestimated. All right. Okay. Dense Linnet. Honestly, my wish is that they would make wild cards obtainable through other means than packs, like weekly or something events. Are you up for that? Yes. That's something I've abdicated for a long time for Arena. They really need to find alternate ways. So my honest... I'll probably talk about this a little bit more into the game, but the simple answer I would have for that is if you dig deep enough into the daily rewards, by the end of it, rather than giving you a random card, they should just award you at least one, or at least they should reward you where it's just 1 or 2 of the uncommon wild cards. If you get to like, I don't know, like 10 wins for your dailies, get at least 1 rare. And if you finish all your dailies, you should get at least 1 chance to get a mythic wild cards at the very minimum. There are other things I would actually like to recommend. Mostly it's the challenge things that they have on Arena. Not too many people play the challenges from what I've seen, but I think that would be a good way of promoting for those kinds of things. What do I mean by that? I mean, I'll talk about that in a little bit. There's some locations on here where some people play some of the challenge things, but they don't really do too much with them. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'll explain in a bit. Let's put down our Arcane Signet and start ramping. We'll put down Untethered Express. That should be fine for next turn. Okay, Mountain. For Portal Sword. Okay, what are they playing? Oh, they're playing Sir Gwyn. Oh, okay, so it's an equipment deck. That's interesting. Deck Hanger. Okay, so we'll put down Untethered Express. The Dragster is tempting, but it is very, very fragile. And with red and black, they're probably going to have a ton of removal. Okay, Replicator Ring. Okay, so this should be our turn here to start getting some value with Rip. Also, we have a Witch Enchanter here, so that's waiting in the wings to stop our opponents. Okay, Wrath of God. We don't need that yet, so first off, it's time to let her rip. Had to say that, everybody. Okay, so with that, let's tap Rip to get some value. Turn on our vehicle here. Swinging. Put the counters down to 19. Come on, deck. Okay. Well, that wasn't a really good hit, but that's okay. I'll take it. Any card advantage you can get will be fine. We'll pass. Okay, and then Witch's Enchanter can turn off, will destroy something here, but I'm trying to figure out what do I want to destroy. Leech Gauntlet. Okay, opponents. The Leech Gauntlet is not something I'm too scared of. It has lifelink, but I'm not worried about that. Otherwise, let's see. How do I want to do this here? We have 4 mana open. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I guess Giant Ox. Oh, so most of the promo cards are great, just great. Yeah. Unfortunately, I feel like Wizards kind of shied away from doing that with the promo codes. Honestly, paper packs really by now should honestly have codes. I mean, I don't know why they don't do that. Pokemon does it. Like, if you buy Pokemon cards, they do have QR codes in there that you can then redeem to get yourself the actual cards that you just got in the pack and added into the digital client. And that's honestly what they really should be doing with Arena. Like, I would be buying way more packs if we had codes in them for more stuff. I mean, come on, Wizards. That's literally like an easy way to make money. You can make money 2 ways. You literally would just get people to buy packs. They would then play on Arena, which would make them want to play even more. I mean, I think that just makes only logical sense. Am I right? Okay, so our opponent here has their thing. So now they're just going to start equipping. It's a little scary, but don't worry, everybody. We have ways of getting around things. So I'm not too worried yet. They equip everything. Let's see. They can't swing yet. So let's see. How do we do this here? Forest. Okay. We got to make sure we hit the right... Okay. The lifelinking is annoying, but it's not the worst thing. Let us... How do we do this here? How do we do this? Do we actually just Wrath? Is that the right answer here? Just to keep our opponent off their game? Let's see. I think the Witch Enchanter. We gotta blow up something. They need 7 mana to turn on that and make us lose. Don't care about the... Okay, 2-1. Destroy the sword. We tap this. We swing with the Untethered Express. They block. It goes away, so that does help us out. Okay, we'll get 2 creatures. Not too bad. Okay. We are keeping our hand full, which is actually really nice about this deck. I do like that. There were like 20 codes you could put for free, and now there are none. There's only like 2 or something. Yeah. Sorry about that, Dense Planet. I kind of wish they really did make it a lot better for codes in Arena. It's like they really don't want to use codes. I don't know. It's a weird thing with them. And they kind of just abandoned the idea. Because I've realized they made some updates to Arena over the past year and some. where you don't really get codes anymore for promos or like packs. All they just do is they just kind of put them into like a mailbox for you for everything, which is kind of awkward, but okay. Any case, let's see. How do we do this here? Let's see. I guess now is the Oval Trace Dragster turn. Okay, we tap. We're going to tap with 2 because I realize now House Cartographer actually should be getting value for us too. Opponents? Oh, they have Source of Plowshare? Wow. Wow. But we do take 6 life, so I guess that's better than nothing. Swing with the Witch Enchanter. No way they're going to block that, so down to 17. They both trigger their abilities. Okay, so we will get... What do we get here? I think we'll get regular Bankbuster and the Tangled Tumbler. Okay. And we got a land. Put down the land. We will play regular Bankbuster now. Taking out the Leech Gauntlet. Oh, wait, I forgot. Oh, wait, well, I was thinking that was Surge Hacker-Mech. Why did I say regular Bankbuster was Surge Hacker-Mech? I need to read my cards more often. I should be doing that. Okay, you get the idea, everybody. Any case, let's see, we gotta throw away a card. So let's throw away the Tangle Tumbler. We don't have any tokens, so we can't really do much with that Tangle Tumbler right now. Okay, opponent, so we still have a full hand, which is actually pretty nice for us. Okay, they equip. Okay, so our opponent's gonna try to do their equip shenanigans for a bit. Okay. Down, they're at 17. They put everything on. They do. Oh, I forgot it has now haste and menace. Dude, that's disgusting. Okay, they will draw a card, lose 1 life, but they go up 9 life. Wow. Okay. I think I might have to Wrath here. That might be the answer I'm gonna need to do. So, let's see. Is there a way around this? Yeah, I think we might have to Wrath. I don't want to Wrath personally, but I don't have a choice here. Oh, okay. So here's how we can do this to keep ourselves alive. So protect Rip. We will then Wrath. That was a little painful, but that's okay. Okay. Turn on the Bankbuster. Swing. We still have to find ways to keep getting more value. So down to 21. Okay, nothing. Well, that stinks. Okay. Alright, it's fine. Wow, Sir Gwyn now is 10 mana. That's actually quite a bit for our opponent here, but we have ways of trying to find to get around that. However, that replicating ring is going to be a problem soon if we don't deal with that. Okay, something else for once. What is your favorite guild colors or color pairings in general? Mine are definitely anything with black, to be specific, Golgari and Dimir. Oh yeah, you're definitely a Dimir player. I know that for sure. Me, if I had to pick, obviously I'm a red player primarily. But if I had to pick personally, I also happen to be like an Izzet player. Like, honestly, I love spell slinging quite a bit. But I kind of try to tell myself not to stick to one archetype too much here, just so at least I can get myself some more variety of things to do. So that's how I am. I like... Okay, hold on. Razor Rash Ambush might be good for later. So let's see how we do this. Wily Duke. We will crew up... Actually, we'll crew up with Wily Duke. Draw a card. Okay, we get a land. That's good. We will play on Pathway there. And let's swing. But yes, I would definitely say I am no doubt I'm definitely an Izzet player. I do like that. Third color also, that's a trickier one for me. I like Grixis, but I also kind of like Jeskai too. So definitely blue and red are my main colors that I actually like. Okay, so let's see. We'll get Smuggies and Amara. Okay, so with that, what do we do here? Let's see. Hardikirin. We have enough for the Razor Grass, so that's what we want to keep alive. We'll pass here. But yes, blue and red are my main colors. Red is my number 1. Blue probably would be number 2. I guess black would be my number 3. White is number 4. And green is a distant 5. I'm not big on green, but I can play green. Oh yeah, Esper is also your thing too. Definitely, I of course know that for sure. Okay. As a side note, my birthday is in 6 days, aka October for me. Oh, well, if for whatever reason, I'm not here, I will definitely say happy early birthday to you. Ooh, our opponent has an Embercleave. Oh, come on, opponents. Wow, they actually did have it. Well, this is going to be unfortunate right here. Down, doesn't kill it off. Down to 7. Ouch. Okay, our opponent actually managed to get the jump on us here, so that's unfortunate. Unless if I have a way of just hard removal right now, I don't think we're going to win this one. All depends right here on our card draw. Okay, Fortune Loyal Steed. So, remove a counter, draw a card. Ornery Tumblewag. Not quite what I want. We can corrupt Wily Duke. Yeah, you're welcome. Hopefully, again, whatever you're planning that day for your birthday, have fun. Okay, I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off here. We have quite a few options in terms of stuff, but we don't have a way of stopping that Embercleave, so I think we might be dead. I mean, I could chump block here for all the time, but they have trample too, so I don't think we're going to be winning this one. Okay, so I could swing. But there's nothing we can do here. I think we lost this one. Oh well. Down to 29. We'll just cut it there. Normally I always say, yes, play to the very end, don't give up. But this time, I mean, they have double strike and they have trample. We can't deal with all that. So it is what it is. Well, at least we're getting all of our gold. Okay. So, right now I am looking at the clock, everybody, and we are slowly approaching right here the halfway point of the stream. As always, as I mentioned earlier, if you do like any of the content we do, please like, follow, and subscribe. Show some love to this Fiery Ball, and you can also join our Fiery Friends on Discord. The Nightbot, I think, should be putting that up all over the chat, so check that out as when you can. Otherwise, if you also want to show some more love, you can also follow me on any of my other socials. Mostly I just kind of post, like, meme stuff all over, like the X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and the Instagrams. You know, what the cool kids are into these days. But otherwise, yeah, thanks again for your support, everybody, for watching. I do appreciate that. So thanks for the love. Okay, so going back to the game right quick, we have some plays here. We have the hover ship, and we have Rip, of course, that's going to be coming in to hopefully tap stuff. Oh, our opponent is mulliganing. Oh, okay, I guess they didn't get what they wanted, so I guess it's a free win. Okay, I guess we'll try again. But overall, now that we're also at the halfway point, what do you all think, everybody, so far with the deck? What are your initial impressions on the deck overall? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Would you like to see a budget version? Let me know. I would love to hear from you about your thoughts on the deck. Okay, so going back to the game here, we do have some ramp. So we definitely have ways of getting our stuff in. Let's see. We'll play the Fable Passage first. Oh, thank you for that. I like to think the deck is not too bad. Not perfectly optimized, but again, it is doing its job. It's actually doing a little bit better than I thought, which makes me happy. But also, I'll put out another poll soon, everybody, to ask all of y'all in there, what do you want to see coming up for future deck tech stuff? I already am starting to build our next deck tech, which I'm actually really, really excited for. It definitely is in my wheelhouse. So it's definitely going to be something that I'm sure y'all enjoy once we get there. Okay, Forest. We'll play Arcane Signet for now. We will Bushwhack. Dig out a land. We'll dig out a Plains. Okay, so we have now mostly our mana that we need to start getting stuff down. Okay, Forest. Opponent is playing Shrine, so they're all about the Go Shintai life. Bloodstained Mire. Crack the Bloodstained Mire. Okay. Opponent is going to try to get down Shrine, so we're going to have to find a way to get around this. So it will be their enchantments versus our artifacts. But can we stop them? Can we get there? We'll see. Let's see. I guess we'll put down Rip now. Actually, maybe I should have put down the... Oh, wait. I'm dumb. I think I should have put down first the vehicles. That's okay. That's fine, everybody. They're still ramping. So we're not... So it's still going to be a little while. That unidentified hover ship will help us out quickly once they get their stuff down. Go Shintai is cheap enough. Oh, actually, Sithis, we need to stop that now. So instead, Pathway, hover ship. That's got to go bye-bye. Sorry, opponent. Denied. Colossal Plow. We will crew it. Not for any real value. We're just trying to dig out more cards. Witch Enchanter. That'll be helpful. Okay, so let's see. Head Shredder can come in next. We also have Colossal Plow, too. Okay, Go Shintai coming in. Ooh, Oval Chase Dragster is not too shabby either. So, let's see. So, here's how we do this. Witch Enchanter. Sorry, opponent. This does destroy your Go Shintai. Denied. Too bad. Too bad. We will turn on the Colossal Plow. Alright. Swing with the Plow. Alright, we're getting there. Making our mana. They block. That's fine. Okay, so we have 3 mana. And then, what do we do from here? I guess... I guess we'll put down our Cautious Survivor. And pass. Okay, so definitely we are building our board pretty quick here. I just thought of Dance of the Manse in a room control deck. Maybe that might be a little too insane for that. It does sound neat. I do like what you're going with there, but be very careful about your deck, Dense Planet. So what I mean by that is, I'm not saying don't do it, but remember again what the focus of your deck is. Ideally, your deck should focus on one major thing, and then if you have the room for it, to put a little extra support. Too many synergies will kind of throw you off. So if you want to do a room deck with control, if that's your finisher, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you have enough room to cast all that stuff so you're not overloading yourself with things. Just as an FYI. Okay, so here's how we do this. How do we do this here? Hot Shock Mechanic. We will then play Miriam. Okay, so they all get Hexproof. Tap them down. To swing with our Plow. Call Mr. Plow. That's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow. Down to 16. All right, we're looking good there. Okay, so with that, Head Shredder coming in. And we'll pass. All right. We're making pretty good progress here with our deck. Even without Rip out, we're still getting a lot of value against our opponent here. Destiny Spinner. So they are kind of spinning their wheels a little bit. They're a little slow. Okay, Drover Grizzly will be also sweet. So how do we do this here? So this requires crew of 1. That requires crew of... Okay. Let's see. How do we do this? I want to make sure I have enough to actually get Rip down. But... Okay. Let us... Actually, we'll play the Grizzly. Do you have an answer, opponent? Okay, so the Grizzly... At least also, I forgot, is... also going to be... Let's see, hold on. Sorry, mumbling to myself here, everybody. Okay, tap, tap. So we turn on our Plow. Once again. Mr. Plow is here, everybody. Okay. Tap the Grizzly to bring online our Hedger Shredder. I'm really surprised this is not a spider vehicle. That actually would have been way cooler to put in. Okay. Just my 2 thoughts out there. Void Rend. Aw, opponent. You're no fun. But that's okay. We don't need them to be hexproof, so that's fine. We still will get some value here. Do we mill 2 cards? Let's mill 2 cards. Oh, okay. Nice. We actually managed to get a land off of that, so that's sweet. Opponent. They block. Wow, they actually are blocking. Down to 11. Okay. Time is running out, opponent, but don't worry. We will get there, everybody. Imperial Recovery Unit. So we can now start bringing... We can actually bring back Miriam, so that's actually pretty sweet for us. Alright, opponent. What do you got? What do you got? Serious? Come on. Really? Oh, no. They actually destroyed our whole game plan there. Oh, they ruined everything. Opponents. Why would you do that, opponents? That was absolutely disgusting. But okay. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. I am not going to be mad. We'll just start all over, everybody. We'll start all over. It's fine. We got there. We will still get there. Do we put the Parhelion into the graveyard? I guess we will. Oval Chase Traxxer coming down. Can't do anything yet, but we will be vrooming with it soon. Man, our opponent had to... See, so that's also what I was going to say, everybody, is going to be one of the things that you got to be careful when it comes to this deck. As you saw right there, we kind of got blown out really badly by that Farewell. Like, that was actually really painful for us. But even so, we still have ways of recovering, so I'm not going to give up just yet. Okay, rip. Turn on the Dragster. Our opponent still has to be wary. They can block with their cute little shrine if they want to, but the pressure is on. They will feel us. Down to 6. Okay, come on, deck. There we go. I'll take both. At the very least, we can still keep digging with Rip, which is actually really nice for us. Sanctum of Stonefangs. Okay. They're going to try to rally back here, so we're going to have to try to see how fast we can close this out. Hogan. All right. Make some tokens. Swiftfoot Boots. Alright. Is there any way out of this? I think we might have to Wrath again, which is something I don't want to do, but I don't think I'll have a choice here. Okay. Wrath again. We got to keep the board clean. Okay. Put Rep back. I honestly really did not want to do that, but we didn't have a choice there. Okay, Frontier Seeker. Come on, deck. Give me something. Wow. Nothing? Toots. Alright, it's fine. Okay. Oh boy. Our opponent's going to start catching up here, which is not what I want to see, but we're going to try. Idyllic Tutor. Yep, that's Shrine decks for you. We don't have that much in terms of wrathing the board against them. Maybe we should have put in Farewell instead of Wrath of God. Something to think about. Oh, they also have Meat Hook Bastard. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, no. Come on. Alright. We do lose some life. Okay, Command Tower. Let's see. I guess Heliod's coming down. House Cartographer. And Swiftfoot Boots. Alright. Well, we're going to try, everybody. We're going to see if we can try to get around everything. Or go for Esper and we have more removal where it does sound reasonable too. Like a full-on control is going to be like a weird version of Gates. Sorry for my bad English. Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. I wouldn't... Let's see. Okay, hold on. High-speed hover bike. Tap down the Go Shintai. Let's see. Swiftfoot Boots on here. Actually, I should have put it on the high-speed hover bike. Actually, we'll do this. I know, that's a lot of mana I'm spending. But it will work.
We put counters on the hover bike. Dig out a land. Razor Verge Thicket. And pass. Okay. So we kind of have a game plan here. If we can start pumping up that high-speed hover bike, maybe we can get past our opponent. Maybe. It is going to be tough, though. It's going to be 10 mana. Ooh, boy. That's a lot. But okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't quite get there yet with the hover bike, but we can start pumping it up and start getting some life back. But we got to be real quick about it. Or we need maybe another vehicle. We need another bigger vehicle. Okay. Opponent's got Hallowed Haunting. We're down to 21. Okay. Ooh, one last job. Okay. Maybe this might be it for us, everybody. Okay, so one last job. Get a vehicle back. Get a creature back. Get that the Parhelion. Alright. We're not dead yet, everybody. Oop. Nothing. Okay. So, here's how we do this. Crew 4. Tap them both. Put the boots onto the Parhelion. Yes. Yes. We're getting there. Alright, we got them. Yes. Yes, we got there. Woo. Oh, man. That was a good match. Ooh, man. For those that were unaware of what happened right now, okay, just real quick. So, putting the boots on back to the Parhelion. Oh, man. One last job. Oh, man. What a clutch card. That was great, everybody. We got that card in, put the boots onto the Parhelion, and that was going to be the game right there. That was it, everybody. Oh, man. Oh, that was so sweet. Oh, man. I just wish we could have swung there. But still, I'll take that. I'll definitely take that win. Nice. Very nice. Whew, okay. Let's see what we got here. Hop to it. Okay, that's cute. Okay. Just keep going, everybody. We're just going to keep the good times rolling today. So far, it's actually been a pretty good set of games for this deck. We've had our losses, but we've definitely had much more wins today than most of the time we play decks, because most of the time I end up looking really bad. But also keep in mind, again, since we're playing non-budget, I think that's also probably what's helping us out quite a bit. Dense Splinter. Also, Doll Shop Room sounds really good for a token deck, the Orzhov version to be specific. Well, I actually do have another way of utilizing Toy Shop, or the Doll Shop Room, but I'm going to be looking at doing a future deck tech also for that. So I'm actually excited for that one. It is going to involve one specific card that I actually really like. It's a toy that we're actually going to put together soon. Maybe that'll be next week's stream. We'll see. So we're going to keep our hand here. All right, so I think we'll do Command Tower, Hardened Scales. We don't have a turn 2 play, so that does give us time to put down the Fable Passage. Okay, Mountain. Okay, Arid Archway. So for that Fable Passage, pass. All right. Firebrand Archer. Okay, opponent's going to try to burn us out here. If we can get some life gain, we should be okay. So for this, we'll put down... Get a Plains, tapped. Colossal Plow. Okay. That's not too shabby. Okay, Colossal Plow now. We'll put down the Arid Archway. Bounce back the Command Tower. So this gives us now enough mana so Rip can come down and we can start doing our thing. Assuming our opponent does not have any Artifact hate. Swing opponents? They do? Okay, that's fine. I wish they would tap out, though. That would help us out quite a bit. Okay, well, nothing yet. So with that, Command Tower. Do we do it now? Do we do it now? Or maybe we should put the Peace Walker Colossus in. Let's put Rip in. We did come here to Rip, so we need to start doing our thing. We could tap down Rip. We could still get value. Opponent, do you have an answer? Oh. So, unfortunately, I do have an answer there. That's okay. We still have other vehicles we could bring in, so that's not the worst for us. Okay, Sophrim here, doing its thing. Right. We need a way around that Sophrim. So, We have Elspeth. So this is how we're going to do it. This is technically not how you want to do it, but this will work for us. Let's see, we'll put down... Give it flying. Down to 19. Bet you didn't think you'd see that opponent. That still helps us out quite a bit, though. All right, so Miriam and Cautious Survivor. All right. Our opponent is going to obviously get rid of that Elspeth ASAP, but the damage has already been done. We have a flying counter on Rip, which is the reason why we wanted it. So now we could fly over things, and it's also got 6. So our opponent is going to have to burn up a lot of stuff. Oh, never mind. Well, I got ahead of myself there. It's fine. Happens to the best of us. So our opponent now is going to swing to take out Elspeth before it does anything. That's unfortunate. Okay, Canopy Vista. So let's see. Field of Ruin. Miriam. We will bring down Rip eventually again, so I'm not worried about that. Peace Walker Colossus. If our opponent, however, does want to waste all of their burn spells, that's fine. So I think what we can do is, if we have to, we might have to sacrifice that Peace Walker Colossus just to slow down their game plan here, just a bit. I don't think they're going to have that much artifact hate in the main deck. Okay. Go down to 18. Okay. Koth, tick down or up? They tick up. I guess you will be toying with the opponents. Okay, that's funny. I like my cheesy jokes, though, Dense Planet, so that was a good one. I like that one. Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. Oh, boy. Okay. Down to 9. Okay, Oval Chase Dragster is not horrible. So, let's see. I think Rip. Canopy Vista. Okay, so... Okay. We basically have to pass here. Okay, so we have to go full control. Because we got to turn on our Peace Walker if we absolutely have to. That's scary too. Opponents? Okay. Crew it up now. We don't have a choice. Okay. I don't think we're going to win this one, everybody, but we'll try. Oh, wait. Never mind. That goes right to our face, doesn't it? That sucks. All right. Well, our opponent got us there with Big Red. Oh, well. Maybe we'll get him next time. That was kind of stinky, though. It was a little bit too fast there, but that's okay. That's cool. We're still feeling good. The deck is doing its thing, and that's mostly what I'm looking forward to. We don't care how many wins or losses we get. All we're trying to see is this deck fun to do? Would you play it? Would you consider putting this together? Paper, digital, any version? I would definitely say I'm actually really enjoying the deck so far. I will have, of course, many more words once we get closer to the end, just to explain what I think we probably could do better or what we may not need. Also, any cards to add to Chandra deck, like any Planeswalkers that could work? Good question, though. Dense Planet, I'm going to be honest. We have Magic the Gathering Foundations, which is the next set. It's a beginner set that's coming out in November. I would say hold off on Chandra for a little bit. We might get a new Chandra Planeswalker from that beginner set. So that might be where you might want to hold off just a bit to see. Maybe we might get something cool. Maybe. Actually, I realized I could have played the Bushwhack instead. Okay. No, it's fine, everybody. It's fine. It's fine. Well, Bushwhack now. Let's get a Plains. Alright. We have a removal, so with Late on Arc, which is nice. And also we have Heliod. So for that, since Heliod really can't be touched, put that down as an easy piece. Heraldic Banner. Okay, well, our opponent is doing their thing. Swiftfoot Boots. Lush Portico. Is it Portico? I think it's Portico. Let's see. We have our Beastie coming in soon. Swiftfoot Boots. So we're just right now doing a prep set of turns here. Opponent is also doing their prep because they also are playing a dragon deck. That's kind of cool. Is it dragons? It is dragons. Get it? Is it dragons? Is it? You know what I'm talking about, everybody. Not the best with jokes. Sarkon. Okay. Gotta have Sarkon here.
Who are you to call me?
He's always so angry. What do you know of dragons? I'm Sarkon. I'm so angry with dragons. That's kind of how he is. Okay. Let's see. Anyway, back to the gameplay here. All right, Besage you down. So let's see. We have... Okay. This only hits creatures. So we can't really do anything with it right now. Miriam. Put the boots on her. So she's protected. We hit Sarkon. Down to 3.
You think you're a warrior?
I probably could have actually turned it on too. That's okay. I'm sure we'll be fine. Opponent, what do you got? It's okay. So you're ticking up.
Might demands power.
I need to put down all of my dragons. Blah! Roaming throne. It's not a dragon, but I count it as one. Rah. Sarkon. Okay. Anyway, so they're making treasures. Okay. Well, we do have one dragon. Okay. So we have to deal with that roaming throne. So I think that's going to be our main focus right now. Is that... Okay. Or... Unidentified hover ship wouldn't be too bad here either. Okay. We take that out. Yes, we pay the 2. Pay the 2. Okay. Roaming throne's gone. So that's nice. Sarkon goes bye-bye. I was defeated. Rah, go to the graveyard. Rah, Sarkon. He's so angry. If I get hit. I get why. Actually, if you haven't taken the time, some of these Planeswalkers do have some really cool stories. I just wish Wizards would make it easier to just take in the lore versus just the cards. You really have to go out of your way just to deal, or at least just to understand the cards more. Something that I like, but at the same time I don't like. Okay, so let's see. How does Late Armor? Okay, with a mana value of less than or equal to the number of planes we control. We only have 3. Well, actually, we only have 2 planes, so Lorzon can't be defeated here. That's fine. Okay, so in other words, well, how do we get around this? Let's see. Do we put this down now? I think so. So, put down our beastie. We crew it for just a moment. Unless our opponent has more removal. Opponent? What do you got? Aw, opponent. That's not fun. How dare you? Alright, that's fine. It's fine, I guess. They wouldn't dare block this. There's no way they're going to block here. They're not going to just give up their dragon that easily. I know this is just free damage. No way they're going to block this. Are they? Oh, they are. Ow. Okay, well, they get to Manifest Dread for 1. Which is fine. We just at least got their dragon out of the way. I'm really surprised they actually just took the block there. I thought the smarter move was just to kind of keep it down for a bit. But okay. I guess... We'll keep the laydown arms for a little bit longer. Miriam at least is protected, so that is fine. 7 mana, though, is a little steep to pay. Alright, well, maybe it's coming back for round 2. Okay, Sun Petal Grove. Let's see, how do we do this here? So... Gets +1/+1 for every view. Okay. Rip. Coming down. Reckoner Bankbuster. Crew the Bankbuster with Rip. Not for any real value. We're just trying to get more card advantage. Okay, there we go. Okay, so with this, Cartographer, and I guess we'll get... Actually, hold on. Get the Tumblewag. Pass. Okay, hopefully opponent, out of the 4 cards they have, they do not have any more removal. Hopefully. Okay, Dragonlord Servant. Is the Foundation set free? Like, for real. Nothing suspicious, right? Oh, so the Foundation deck is actually an actual, set that's coming out. So that is the November set. It is really close to how Duskmourn just came out, but it's mostly designed, I guess, as like a beginner one. We still don't have enough information, so we'll see what they mean by this soon. Okay, so how do we get out of this? Okay, I think first off, let's get rid of the Dragonlord Servant. That's gone. Gain some life. Let's see. How do we do this here? Let's see. Tumblewag. We will crew up again with Rip. We will... Actually, hold on. Trying to figure this all out, everybody. So let's see. I guess on the Bankbuster. Swing here. More counters. Do you block opponents? Oh, they double block. All right. Need some life. Bankbuster may be gone, but at least we are keeping their field clean as much as possible. Put another counter on Rip. So we get to dig for 5. Peace Walker Colossus. All right, I'll take that. Pass turn. At the very least, the good news is the damage they deal with Law's Hand cannot hit me, cannot hit the commander. So that's good. So our Rip is protected oddly enough against their commander, which is actually nice for us. Dragon's Approach. All right. Well, they do have some power here, so we're gonna have to be careful as to how much this is gonna do, but we will try to get around this. Peace Walker Colossus. And okay, how do we do this here? I guess Born to Drive on here. So this time around, let's see. Do I actually want to swing right here? No, we'll just do it this way. We're gonna see how much more value we can get from Rip this way. Attacks. Get Saram, get Drover Grizzly. And pass. Okay, so we are still digging out through our deck. That's actually fine. Stickman Jake 5678. Cake. Yes. Cake is awesome. Cake is delicious. What kind of cake, though? And would you consider cheesecake a cake or a pie? You tell me. But either way, still, welcome. If you want to talk cake, I'm totally down for cake. Maybe I should have some later on. Although I'm actually more of a brownie person, but I do like also pies too. Pies are also really nice. Wait, are we dead here? Oh, let's see. I guess block here, Miriam. Down to 4. Okay, Arcane Signets. Doesn't do much now, but here's how we do this. Okay, so... Let's see, how do we do this? Okay. Crew with Rip. Give that lifelink. Srom. We will... Arcane Signet. And... tap it. Alright. Swing here, down to 20. We go up to 10. Okay, is there anything that can get us out of this? Or maybe we should have swung with Rip instead. Maybe that was probably the better option here. Oh, well. We get 4 cards, which is nice. But I don't think that's enough to keep us alive. Okay. Well, I think our opponent beat us here, so that's unfortunate. Well, they had the burn anyway, so we would have lost. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let our opponent swing here for a second. That's fine. Dense pun. Yeah, imagine snow lands, snow tri-lands. That would be, not pun intended. That would be cool. Yes, it would be. Would be cool. But I honestly think they're gonna do tri-land desert lands, and they're gonna do snow lands in the future. So it's coming. We all know it's coming sooner or later. You know they're all gonna do it. But until then, we'll just see what they intend on doing here. So opponent it's down. That's fine. It's whatever. I'll say C. I'll say cheesecake is a cake. Actually, I think what someone told me, because when this question was asked at work, I think cheesecake is technically a pie, and that's mostly because of how it's designed. Cheesecake being a pie is because that has that little flaky crust bit just like a pie does. So I think it's actually a pie. It's a pie, even though it's called cheesecake. I know that's really awkward and weird, but hey, we have a lot of things we do with our food that doesn't make sense at all when you name them, if you actually consider it. Like, obviously, like, the simple one is people talk about potatoes and potatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes. Some people don't realize that tomatoes are actually a fruit, not a vegetable, the way it's grown. But it is kind of awkward because even though it's technically a fruit because of how it grows, it doesn't taste at all anything like a fruit. Most fruits are sweet, and tomatoes are a little not sweet. However, I actually do like tomatoes a lot, to the point where I'm actually kind of kooky, where I actually can't eat into a tomato like an apple. Some people think that's really weird, but that's kind of how I am. I just like tomatoes. Dense Planet. Well, I'm a Slav, so we have a good understanding of cheesecake. It's definitely a cake. Really? Okay. You know what? Maybe we should look this up again, because this is something I talked about at work, and it seems like there's still room for debate there, which is something that I'm going to I'll figure it out later on. Maybe when I'm not playing, when I'm not trying to focus on a game here. Dense Planet. Watermelon is a berry, and bananas too. Yes. That's actually true. That one is correct. Let's see. Okay, so we don't have anything made. We don't have any actual things to hit yet, but how do we do this here? Seraphic Steed, I think. So the way we're going to do this is Giant Ox can saddle up Seraphic Steed. Okay, our opponent here is going to do their shenanigans. Okay, Maha will weaken our stuff. Okay, hold on. Does that screw over... Oh, does that screw over our Ox? Wow, that is actually a really good tech against us. Wow. Okay. Canopy Vista. So we have only one planes. Actually, no, we have 2 planes. All right, so, is there any way out of this? I guess we'll play the Ox. Yeah, that's so awkward. Our Ox now can't really crew as well as it did. Oh boy. Our opponent actually found a perfect way of hosing us there. Alright, so no blocks. Opponent gets some free damage. But I think... No, our opponent's now just going to be cheaty here. Yeah. They got us. Unfortunately. So, yes, we do get a token out of that, but it's obviously not going to be enough to stop us. So with that, I mean... Fortune. We'll get the Bushwhack. Oh, wait. That's a Scry. Never mind. There's not much else we can really do here. I mean, sure. I mean, we can't even saddle it, so... Okay. Never mind. We're just going to lose this one. I'm not even going to bother, because honestly, because with that Cityscape Lover and their cheating ability there of getting stuff in with Infinite's Cruel Call, I don't really like... I'm not really a big fan of cheating stuff into play. That's just how I am. That's just how I am. Also, I passed through Reddit Power Scale subgroup, and someone said Naruto could beat Ulamog. That's not true at all. He could be turned to dust before he even gets the first strike. Okay. Don't even get me started. I'm going to say right now, Dense Planet, if you got me going down the rabbit hole of power levels and arguing about fictional characters, which character can beat others. Trust me, if I had enough time today, I could probably do a whole 12-hour stream on discussing which character could beat which character from anime, comics, and in this case, I guess Magic cards? I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to read again some of the lore on Ulamog and Naruto. I mean, let's be real. Naruto actually has gotten extremely powerful if you actually do follow the story. But at the same time, he kind of got nerfed from the latest books. Only just because, you know, he's not the main character anymore. So it's kind of like that weird thing of... So his son's the main character now in his series. So kind of have to make room for that, so to speak, if that makes sense to you. Smuggler's Copter. So, it's Smuggy. Ooh, okay. So, real quick, now that our opponent is playing it, I'm just going to say it now. I love this card. Arabella here is actually really powerful for what it's trying to do. To the point where I think we're actually going to put together a new Convoke deck with this. So, that's something I actually want to do coming up soon. Son of a Piddle Grub. Our opponent, unfortunately, actually had Exile for Smuggler's Copter. But okay. What they don't know, though, is we still have... They probably should have saved it for Heliod. Okay. So we still have ways of just building up our stuff. Our opponent already wasted one of their spot removals on something that they probably should have saved it for here. I don't know. I don't know. I have to figure out again what Ulamog is capable of, to be perfectly honest. I have to remember again all the stuff in the lore. It's all a mess with Magic. I'm gonna be real with you. Okay, so we have our ramp down, which is nice. Okay, so we need to start putting down threats very quickly, because our opponent is going to start swinging here, and they're going to get a ton of life back. So as you can see here, this is how it works. Let's start making tokens, which I'm not going to lie, is actually a pretty good strategy. Okay, Glimmer Seeker. How do we do this here? I think a Zega's Chariot. Make some kitty cats. Meow meow. Pass. Okay, so... Is there a way to avoid their go wide strategy? We're going to try. We will try. This is a little trickier, because they're starting off a little faster than us. Dense Splendid. I mean, Ulamog could just turn him to dust. I mean, I haven't seen Naruto myself, but I also can agree with myself that look the difference in size in just Origin 2. Well, I mean, let's be real. There are some manga and comic characters that are utterly broken out there. And some of them, it's kind of hard to determine like what could do what. So it's just something to consider. Okay. Teddy bear. That's cute. That's cute. Opponent, do you swing? Oh, they do swing. Well, they tapped out, so... Sorry, opponent. This probably was not the best idea for you to do this now. They hit us. But, here's how we do this. We have to stop that card first. So that's got to go bye-bye. Down to 13. Okay. Kona. Well, that's not too bad either. I think Kona comes down. We will tap with our beastie here to swing with Kona. We'll make another cat. Meow meow. No blocks from our opponent. They go down to 24. But here's where Kona gets to do its thing. We get to cheat in a Parhelion. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Okay, so opponent, your clock is going to be ticking quick too if you're not careful. It's because we are going to make a comeback here. Okay, Toppelgeist. Can we bring that? Okay, crew 4. Okay, well, opponent here tapped our thing. Wait, do they beat us here? Do they beat us? Cottontail Caretaker. It's an alchemy card. That's gross. Okay. Wait, they have 8. Wait, do they beat us here? Oh, never mind. They do beat us here. I forgot about the life gain and drain there. Maybe we should have beat down Arabella first. Maybe that was my mistake. Oops. Well, I feel dumb. But okay. At least you saw there, if nothing else, hey, Kona was able to bring in a Parhelion for free. You can't hate on that kind of value. Can't hate on that. I mean, Goku, no need to explain. Yes, honestly, I've actually never seen or gone over Dragon Ball. Yes, I know. Shocking. Shocking. I do love anime and manga, but shockingly, I actually have not gone through Dragon Ball. But I am aware of how insanely powerful he is. So, yes, I know. I'm sure many of us have seen those various arguments of Goku versus, say, what is it? The strongest, you would argue, in American comics, Superman. So Superman versus Goku. I mean, we've all seen and probably have gone through several places where those memes have been a thing. So, yes, I'm well aware of all that stuff. Any case, okay, going back to the match here. So, let's see, what do we got? Okay, we have... Put down our Beseiju. So, let's see. I think we get the Cultivator's Caravan out. Okay, so we do have to ramp with Map the Frontier. That's nice. Same. Even less, like, far less. Confounding Conundrum. Alright, so our opponent's going to try to stop us from ramping too hard, which is fine. We have ways around that. Cultivator's Caravan. Bushwhack. We will dig out a white source. Plains. Okay, so we actually can put out... Oh, our opponent just gave up already? Oh, opponent, we just got started. We were about to do fun things. You could have saw me do this. Okay, so... Oh, man, I was so tempted to do this right now. It was going to be our next turn. Kona was going to come down. We tap it to the Cultivator's Caravan. We could have gone down Elspeth. Man, that would have been awesome. But our opponent didn't want us to do that. Oh, well. Oh, well. I guess we'll try again next time. Not a big deal. All right. Okay, so looking at the clock, everybody, we're looking at approximately maybe another 15 more minutes, and the stream will be ending. I know, I know. As always, I would love to stream longer, but unfortunately, I have a big boy job that I got to do, so I have to make time for that. You know, got to make money. But until then, if you want to support me, and hopefully, if you want to see me do longer streams in the future where we actually could do a little bit more, all I have to do is, again, show some love, show some support, just join up, be a follower on my socials, subscribe on YouTube, and we can hopefully keep growing more and more on this channel so we can do more awesome things and maybe even dedicate more time to this game. I have a big, big passion for this. I love teaching. I love showing people how much fun they can have with this game, but there's only so much I can do on my own here. Okay, they got Flooded Strand. So thank you to those that are here today. I know all of you don't feel like chatting, and that's totally cool. If you guys just like watching, I appreciate, again, just you checking out things. Thank you for that. Okay, give her Ruins from its thing. Okay, Giant Ox is not too bad. That'll be great for later. Let's see, Arcane Signet. Going down. And Shadow Spear. I don't think they're going to get too much value out of that land tax, to be honest. We have ways of getting around that anyway. Okay, Temple Garden, that's good. We will play... What do we play here? I want Rip Down now, but there's nothing we can really tap with it, so... Let's play Cultivator's Caravan and see what they do. Ah, okay, so with anime knowledge specifically. That's fair. I probably have an unhealthy level of anime knowledge. But I've been watching anime for... Let's see. Wait, how old am I right now? I'm old. Super old. But you get the idea. I've been watching anime since I was a kid. So we're talking like 25 to 30 years of anime all up in my grill. All up in this noggin. Wow, our opponent gave us cards? Wait. What are you trying to do, opponent? You gave us cards. That's not something I always expected opponents to do. I've watched none of the anime series or read any manga. Oh, I mean, are you a fan of any of that stuff? If not, that's totally cool. You don't have to be. But I am curious. Oh, okay. You'll be 21 on the 8th of October. Okay. Well, that's, at least in the States, that's definitely a milestone to make. So, props to you on that. Yay. Happy for you. Okay, Kona's in. We'll play Veteran Survivor. We will turn on our Caravan with Kona. Swing with the Caravan. Oh, wow. Our opponent actually is blocking. I'm shocked. Okay. Okay, so now we get to put something in for free. So with that... Oh. Yes! Our opponent was too scared. They probably thought we were going to put down something completely broken. But yes, I'll take that. We actually didn't even have a Parhelion, but our opponent realized, oh, we were going to get something for free, so they didn't want anything to do with us. All right, I'll take the win there. Yes! Ah, beautiful. All right. Yeah, I think today is the day we've actually had the most wins out of any of our streams. So I'm actually feeling really good about this. I'm really happy with it. I'm actually pretty satisfied with the deck. Just spoiler alert now. I won't say too much except this deck has been pretty gosh darn awesome. Absolutely do love it. To be fair, my favorite character is Krieg from Borderlands series. Would you say is that your favorite like game series, Densplanet? Is that something that you really don't... Wait, did we have this conversation before? I think we had this conversation before. I think we did. Let's see. Razorverse Thickets. Pass. I think we did have this conversation before, but yes. Or so, I think my question I would ask you is, Densplanet, are you interested in the 4th game? Because I think they announced they are going to make a Borderlands 4. I actually never played 3. That was the only one I haven't played yet. Right? We will tap. So we're a little slow on mana right now, but that's fine. We still have ways of getting around things here. Dang. Okay. So we can't afford to let that live, so that's got to get blown up. They get to make a token, though, so that's annoying, but that's fine. That's fine for now. We need a third... We need another mana. One more mana, we should be good to go here. Alright, opponent's got reanimate. Okay. Well, that made me feel like I wasted a card. Okay. Okay, Shepherd Dunes. We will play Peace Walker Colossus. Alright. I'm still on decent expectations, considering the flop of a movie that we will not speak of ever. Oh yes. That movie was absolute trash. Let's be honest with us. The Borderlands movie was absolute garbage. And it actually kind of made me sad because I honestly had high hopes for that movie, but it just didn't turn out as we all expected. So, oh well. It is what it is. Hotshot Mechanic. Turn on our Peace Walker Colossus. Swing here. Do 6 damage. Okay, opponent wants to block. That's fine. So, can't get through it, but I tried to bluff them. I guess our bluff didn't work. Oh well. Maybe next time. Alright, so with that, Swiftfoot Boots coming in. That'll be helpful for later. Honestly, I think... If I was to put on my tinfoil hat for a second, I think the 4th game was announced because the movie did so bad that they had to find a way to just get out of that hole. So announcing a 4th game, I think, was probably the one thing they thought was the right move. But honestly, I don't know if it was the right move to say that. Just doesn't feel like it's going to do much to sway people to want to, you know, actually enjoy the game. But I don't know. You tell me. Is that better or worse? Okay, no attacks yet. We're going to save our Peace Walker in case they swing. That's what we're going to do now. Tireless Provisioner. Alright. That's definitely going to be a problem for us. Tarian's Journal. Okay. They're definitely going away with this game. By not getting the mana, we're kind of struggling here a little bit. We're going to start making zombies quick. Alright. Tanya doing his thing. They dig out a forest or a plains. Okay. Literally, the look how they massacred my boy me. Yes. Man. They completely wrecked any hope that we had for, like, you know, like a fun series. Honestly, I think Borderlands probably would have been better as like a Netflix series instead of a movie. There's ways too much that happens in the story that you can't condense into a movie. So that was mistake number one. Mistake number two, obviously, is the casting. I know everyone's already talked to death about this, but let's be real again. The casting was trash. There are some actors and actresses that I think would have been great for the film. Even the ones they had were actually not bad. It's just they were miscast. They were put in really bad spots. So, I don't know. It could have been done. It could have been done right. But Hollywood really just wrecked it. They had no idea what they were doing with that property. And that's what makes me sad about it. I think this pretty much sours us from ever getting any other Borderlands movie in the future. But, I mean, there's not much we can really do now. Damage has been done. Speaking of damage being done, we just took care of their turtle. He got rid of that turtle. No turtle for you, opponent. But our opponent is going to go off here. Soren's already doing its thing. Okay, we got to protect our Peace Walker. Protected. So nothing from Soren. Phew, that was too close. Alright, they sacrifice a token to draw a card. Okay. What do we do here? I guess Sky Sovereign comes in? Wait, what does Sky Sovereign hit? Okay, they do hit a Planeswalker. That's good. So, what do we hit here? I guess Soren's got to go down.
Curse this world!
That's it for now. Okay, so hopefully the game plan is if we can get ripped down, we can hopefully start building value again. Hopefully we can get that value, but we are running out of time here. Also, looking at the clock right now. Let's see. We might have enough time for one more match, depending on how fast or slow this one goes. Our opponent is kind of going off here. Oh no. I can't. Not the Horde, Densplinit. Not the Horde. No. You know what? Bring them on. I have no fear against any of the stuff. Oh, they have Witch Enchanter? Oh, opponents. Alright, well, there goes our only hope of just kind of picking off stuff here. So, I don't think we're gonna win this one. Stickman, Jake, have you played with Slogurk the Overslime? I actually have not. I have considered trying to figure out right now, since we're already in October, spooky season, I like to do always at least one fun deck tech that focuses on something that's Halloween related. We actually haven't done oozes yet, so I think maybe this might be it. Maybe we'll do a slime one. I think I'll put that to a poll. I'll put that to a poll soon this month. What do y'all want to see for the fun, casual Halloween deck? I think over the past couple years, I did a skeleton deck. We've done the usual ones, you know, like zombies and vampires. But I mean, we did skeletons as for fun. Yeah, our opponent here is just going off here. I'm gonna cut this one. We're just gonna cut it here because I'm not winning this one. Let's be real. They're just going off. But otherwise, yeah, we had to think of a theme for Halloween. I want to make a fun Halloween deck for the end of the month. Something fun. Nothing too crazy. And FYI for everybody, this will be the last match of the day. Win or lose, this is it. Doesn't matter how it goes. We will just stick around, and then we will do our wrap-up of the deck tech. We'll explain maybe how you can make this budget if you actually do like to play this deck and you don't want to spend as much as I did today, because I spent a stupid amount to make this deck, honestly. But we'll definitely explain that. For those of you who want to stick around to the very end of the stream, I will throw up there, of course, what are we looking at to build for the future. So don't worry, we will have a little bit more to go before we're done. Let's keep this hand. This is it, everybody. Win or lose, we're just going to go all in here. I think Slogurk is fun. Or how about Grixis Zombies? Okay. I know all of you now are starting to come up with cool ideas, and I'm happy that all of you are kind of brewing for me. But don't worry. We will definitely start looking at what we can build for the for our Halloween deck. It is coming, and I definitely want to do it. I think I'll have a lot of fun with all y'all for that one. Okay, Arcane Signet. Okay, Arcane Signet coming down. And let's see. Do we do this now? Okay. Ornery Tumblewag. I forgot this taps for 2 mana because it's a mount, so that's actually nice. Alright, and then we'll put counter on the Tumblewag. Making it stronger. Unless they got removal. But don't worry. Don't worry. We definitely are looking at some fun options coming up for Halloween. Got to think of how many creature types or what we can come up with scenario-wise. Okay, Taunos Indoors. Okay. It's another one of those alchemy cards. Okay, at the beginning of your upkeep, if this card is exiled. Okay, interesting. Alchemy. Gross. But otherwise, Rip coming down. Opponent. Opponents. That was dirty. Don't do that to me. Okay, Tumblewag just gets another token. Currency. Or, I'm sorry, counter. Okay. So they get a ton of mana now. So I think that means this is when their commander comes in. Which is disgusting. Alright, that's fine. We do also have at least... Oh, they have Chariots also. So, here's how we do this. Can't afford to have Chariots in there, so... It's gotta go. Pump up our Tumblewag. Push for some more damage. Down to 17. Alright. Opponent is making tokens here. If we can find a way to go around this with the Tumblewag, maybe we have a shot. Maybe. Man, losing Rip there was not good. But okay, yeah. We'll put it to a vote soon. We'll definitely start figuring out what do you all want to see for Halloween. There was a new Rakdos zombie from the set. It's called Undead Sprinter. Oh, yes. I have seen that one. It's actually a pretty sweet little card. I like it. I'll definitely find a way to put that into something. Planes? Alright. So, Elspeth. Surely you don't have another counter, opponent. Whew. Man, that was too close. I actually really thought for a second they had another counter. Okay.
And I will protect them.
Put another counter on the Tumblewag.
This is your
Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine, too. We will put flying on it. We will saddle this. Put some counters on it. It's saddled. That's a 12-12 opponent. You want to fight that? Be my guest. I dare you. Oh, okay, they actually do. All right. So their commander is down. Yeah, that's right. Also, we also can work with nightmares and horror creatures. I mean, we definitely have a lot of options now for things. So I'm actually kind of hyped for what we can play with now. We have horrors, we have nightmares, we have enough for those. We have, you know, you can play sacrifice if you want to do that. Zombies, of course, are the classics. Werewolves, as always. I think I did a werewolf deck already. We played plenty of vampire decks. Oozes also would be kind of fun, too. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas now that are kind of swirling in my head as to what we can do to, you know, put more stuff down. Requisition raid. Okay. That's fine. If our opponent wants to do that, that's okay. If I can get the Swiftfoot boots down, I think we'll have the game. Boon of Safety. I mean, that's fine, too. Opponent, if you want to tap out here, that's totally cool. Actually, I hope they tap out. If they tap out, we win. Okay. Opponent is Warden of the Sky. Okay. I see what they're trying to do here. Okay. Opponent can't swing with it just yet. So they swing with 3, killing Elspeth, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. Okay, so here's how we do this. Let's see. Rip come back. We saddle it using Rip. Put some counters on it. Swing. Put some more counters on it. It's a 24-24. Opponent, you're going to be running out of time soon. We're going to find our way through this, everybody. We will. So let's see. Ooh, Search Hacker Mech is not too bad. Okay, so we'll get that for sure. Imperial Recovery Unit and... Okay. I think we might be good here. If we could just get rid of that Warden of the Sky, I think we'll be good. Okay. Oh, wow. They're all tapped out, and they have no cards left. I think we got this, everybody. I think we'll be able to finish our stream today with a win. All right, here we go. Fun is just doing the desperation swing time. Oh, wait. Did they beat us? Oh, wow. I am so bad with math. Really? Wow. I thought they had 6 tokens. I thought, okay. Well, I don't know what to say except I'm bad at math. But okay, you know what? That's fine. That's fine, everybody. I'll take that loss. I was honestly my fault, so oh well. It's okay. Next one, Saw Inspire deck, like a Rakdos control deck, but with curse auras. Ooh. That might be cool too. We do have curses that we could use too. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do a bunch of different, like, you know, spoopy style decks. Don't worry. We'll come up with some more fun stuff. But anyways, that's pretty much it, everybody, for the games for today. Let's go ahead. Let's do it with a quick wrap up, and then we'll end this stream. So, Rip goes Vroom. Tell me, what are your thoughts, everybody? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? Truth be told, I actually did have a lot of fun with this deck today. I actually loved what it was trying to do. Ideally, in the future, I would love to refine this a little bit more. Maybe I actually would put this together in paper. Rip is actually a really fun commander. He's actually really unique at what he's doing. Or is it she? I don't know. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make, though, is the card is awesome. I do like this card. I like what it's trying to do. It's actually pretty unique among vehicle decks, because usually green doesn't usually get a vehicle commander. So that I'm really satisfied with this. If I would change anything, maybe I would add in maybe 1 or 2 extra spot removal cards. If I'm playing one-on-one, if we're playing this actual four-player commander deck, mostly I would probably keep this as is, because again, your opponents aren't going to focus just solely on you. They'll definitely have other targets. So that does give you more time to build up things. So keep that in mind if you want to play this in Brawl versus actual paper commander. Things to keep in mind. As far as how to make this cheaper, the simple option I'm going to say right now is, as always, just cut back on the mana base. If you just do that, you'll definitely have a cheaper deck. It won't be as consistent, but you'll have a lot more to save. So if you were to cut at least the rares in the lands for just like more basics, or at least more commons and uncommons, here's how many you can save. So you can save today 1, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's see, almost a couple more. 15, 16, 17. So if you want to be a little cheaper there, you can cut 17 rares alone just from the land base, and that's actually not too bad. You can still keep most of the deck as is. I think that would cut you down to, I mean, you're still going to have quite a few rares, but if you want to cheapen it further than that, you would have to cut specifically some more of the expensive vehicles, but be very careful with that, because again, the deck is a lot more effective when you actually have the rares and mythics for these. However, I'll see if I can try to put together, maybe later in the details later today, a cheap version if you actually want to play this, and maybe want to upgrade to the version we played today on stream. Overall, I'm still happy with the deck. I'm really satisfied with how it turned out, and I honestly think this is actually a pretty solid build if you are interested in doing this. Now, the only thing I'll just say in the future is just be mindful again of the fact that your deck is completely susceptible to artifact and a little bit of enchantment hate. That's just the one thing I would keep in mind for this, but if you don't mind that, the deck is actually quite fun. And I actually love it, and I would definitely recommend this deck for other players out there, budget or non-budget. Now, before we go, one more final thing that I want to do before we go. As always, since those of you who have stuck around this far into the whole stream, you are my true fire friends. So here you go. Here's your sneak peek for what is coming soon for us. So we have a couple of Rakdos decks I've been kind of playing around with. Leyline Blitz is based upon the super degenerate Leyline that's available in standard that people are kind of screaming about right now. So something to keep in mind. We might do one here where I actually built it for Timeless. Let's see if it's busted there. That's in the future. I have a toy deck with Arabella in it. It is 60 card, but I might make a Brawl version. We'll see how that goes. We're still playing around with that. We're still going to do the Basic League series. We're still playing around with some of those. Obviously, I have, as I mentioned from previous streams, we are still working on a couple of those down the line. I have a basically energy deck ready to go, and a mutate deck, of course. So those will be built and will be made into videos eventually. They are coming. As far as the next deck tech, the next big one, we have again a Punisher deck here. So this is a Rakdos sacrifice deck, but with a slight twist. We're focusing on a different set of permanents to sacrifice her value, but that's going to be coming in the future. I'm really excited for this deck. I love how this deck has been playing, but you'll see that hopefully, I think Sunday or Monday is what I'm shooting for the deck. Otherwise, that's basically it, everybody. I appreciate every one of you one more time. For those of you that hang out with me today, Stickman Jake, shout out to you. Den Splendid, always a pleasure to see you in the chats. And anyone else, if you want to join the chats, or if you don't feel comfy doing it here, that's totally cool. I still appreciate you guys watching. Check us out, of course, on the Discord. Follow me across my socials, as you can see here on the bottom. Or if you want to at least show the biggest support, just subscribe to me on YouTube, and I really do appreciate all of you today. Otherwise, my final thing I'm just going to say before we go is have a wonderful week, everybody. Enjoy the midweek magic if you haven't done it already. I already posted up something that if you want to see, I have it on X, but I'll probably post it in the Discord, a little deck list if you want to just finish up this event. But otherwise, pretty fun, simple little one. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to ramble at this point. So again, we're just going to end it here, everybody. Have a wonderful day, everybody. But as always, before we got to do it, of course, with a video. We got to do it with our little intro here. And just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We'll see you next week, everybody. Later.